Some of the people trying to beat the heat behind me, but that's a tall task at hand when you're talking about 99-degree temperatures like here in Philadelphia. That's a new record for the city. But the peak of the heat is expected to come tomorrow when some 50 cities are threatening new highs. Back to you.
Yeesh, Emily and Kata, stay cool out there. And let's turn now to NBC News meteorologist Bill Cairns, who is tracking how long this heat wave is going to stick around. Hey there, Bill.
Gotti, so far this heat wave has been as advertised, if not even hotter in a few locations. And tomorrow's the peak. I mean, so this is going to be brutal, especially these next 2 nights in a row. Just there's so much heat and humidity, and especially the city centers, the heat just doesn't let go, and it stays, dangerously hot even through the overnight hours. All the red dots on the map show you where we had record highs today, and I'll just point out one that really caught my attention. So Plattsburgh, New York, that's up here, only a hop, skip, and jump from the Canadian border, hit 100 degrees today. Those records go back about 80 years. They've never hit 100 in the June before. They're dangerously hot even through the overnight hours. So all the red dots on the map show where we had a record highs today in northern New England. Point out one that really caught my attention. So Plattsburgh, New York, a couple degrees cooler there, but not the case in other locations. So we still have roughly half the U.S. population that is under heat advisories or excessive heat warnings. In the orange are all the heat advisories, which go all the way through the south. The areas here that we still have, Chicago, Detroit, and the I-95 corridor, this is where we still have those extreme heat warnings, and that's for 85 million people. We're going to get some relief tomorrow in Chicago, hopefully with those thunderstorms tonight, but the I-95 corridor, tomorrow's the peak. It'll feel probably easily like 100, maybe to 110 when we factor in the heat index, and this is the forecast for the feels-like temperature in the shade, with the humidity factored in. 110 in D.C., New York about 102, even another really hot day in northern portions of New England. I mean, Bangor, Maine, 104 feeling like. I mean, that's extremely rare. Nashville, Louisville, you get those a couple times a year. It's still not that you like it. By the time we get through Wednesday, it's still hot, but notice the temperatures come down a couple degrees everywhere. So there's some hope. You'll be loving that in Detroit where it only feels like 80 degrees instead of 100. And then after Wednesday, that's when the temperatures will really start to drop. The northern areas, Detroit, you stay into the 80s, Chicago, you stay into the 80s, but even areas like New York City northwards through northern New England, I mean, you go 94 in New York, 85 to 77, so definitely heading in the right direction. The other story that we have to watch tomorrow, the chance for flash flooding, significant in areas of New Mexico. We have kind of like a subtropical moisture feed coming up here, and this area in the maroon there is in what we call a moderate risk of flash flooding. We already have a few storms in this region and a lot of thunderstorms around south of Omaha, heading up into Wisconsin. Again, in most cases, it's welcome, but it's knocking off the heat. As far as flood alerts go, we have just a couple flash flood warnings I wanted to point out here. One in Wichita and another one there in areas of New Mexico. So as far as the rain forecast goes, that flood risk will continue tomorrow and Wednesday into areas of New Mexico and also here in northern portions of the plains. But Gotti, this heat wave, it's no joke. A lot of us aren't used to this, and we're not liking it.
Yeah, no joke at all. Thanks so much, Bill. Meanwhile, on the immigration front, there's a key ruling today from the Supreme Court that now says the Trump administration can deport certain immigrants to third countries, meaning sending them to countries that they might not even have a connection to. And that new decision by the High Court now makes it easier for criminals to be deported. Meanwhile, the uncertainty over immigration statuses as a whole continues for so many living in the United States. And NBC's Aaron McLaughlin visited one New York hospital where there is a ton of concern that they could lose international medical residents.
At OBH Brookdale Hospital in Brooklyn, patients crowd the corridors waiting for help.
They're packed.
Every doctor counts?
There are more patients that are admitted here than we have beds for.
Their care will likely come from foreign doctors here on J-1 visas, now making up most of the hospital's residents, overseen by Dr. Conrad Fisher. Each year, Fisher's program and others just like it in marginalized communities across the country struggle to fill open positions with U.S. graduates. So they look overseas, pulling top medical talent from other countries.
Do you think people understand what's at risk here?
Absolutely not. If you're not in the business of medical education, especially in certain areas, you understand not at all how dependent we are on international doctors.
Last week, the Trump administration lifted its pause on J-1 visa interviews to allow for enhanced social media screening. The pause had created a potential disaster for residency programs like Fisher's.
Somewhere between dire and panic and frustration, and fear.
Still, at least 2 doctors admitted to the program can't get into the U.S., according to Dr. Fisher. They're from a list of 19 countries now either banned or partially banned from entering the United States. Announcing the ban, the White House cited national security, saying a number of countries remain deficient with regards to screening and vetting, pointing to exploitation of our visa system and the country's historic failure to accept back removable nationals. Fisher's hoping the residents will qualify for exemptions, but time is running out.
I can't wait. July 1st or 2nd, 3rd, I got to take care of those people.
So where do you go?
I'm going to have to find someone who couldn't get a job somewhere else and they are out there just available.
So your care will not be as good.
Our care and yours.
We're only looking for an opportunity to help the people of America.
Venezuelan doctor Gabriel Pena is hoping for an exemption. He matched to a 3-year family medicine residency in Chino, California. Because he's from Venezuela, he says he can't book an appointment.
Once I was like celebrating this success, well, this other layer of difficulty was added, but I mean, this is what I love. This is what I want to do.
Pena says his ultimate goal is to go back home.
My idea is to learn from you guys with all the tools that you have and later on use those tools that you provide me to go back to my country, to Venezuela, and help the ones that are there in need.
Back at OBH Brookdale, many of the foreign residents say they're now practicing medicine in fear.
How many of you experienced fear over the visa?
Every day. Do you believe that hospitals like yours are being considered in these decisions?
No. To those people who are in positions of authority, help us take care of Americans. And that's what we're looking for. We need their help.
Well, Dr. Fisher tells me that he's very concerned about this year's applicant pool, what's going to happen in terms of the exemptions for those 2 doctors, but he's even more concerned about the long-term implications of this policy and its impact on his future applicant pool, which is why he's urging action now. Gotti.
Aaron McLaughlin, thank you. And finally, as we end tonight, there is a lot of cautious optimism about that possible ceasefire that was announced.